As you know, of course, today is George Washington's 250th birthday, and as a special treat, Mrs. Benjamin's 5th and 6th grade class will now perform a play in tribute to George Washington entitled From Little Acorns. And now from Manhattan, the kids from PS 84.
The winter of 1777 at Valley Forge, 20 miles outside Philadelphia, where the British enemy troops were stationed, was one of the darkest chapters for the Continental Army in the American Revolutionary War. We find General Washington with his ragtag army of plain farmer boys and ordinary citizens shivering and hungry in the bitter cold. The soldiers wanted to give up and go home, but they loved George Washington so much they stayed for his sake.
Boy, I wish I had some of my mom's rabbits doing apple pie now.
Yeah, ain't nothing I would give to be wearing one of my sister's warm knitting socks and sweaters. They're these bloody rags wrapped around my frozen toes.
Yeah, I just wish I was back home in Virginia with the little woman and our newborn babe, sitting in the sun, drinking some nice cool apple cider.
Eddies, man, Eddies. Boy, I know you're suffering a great hardship, and the British troops have red fancy uniforms, good food, and plenty of guns and ammunition. But we have the spirit and the will to achieve victory for the 13 colonies on our side.
Yes, sir.
May I speak to you a moment?
Yes.
General, we have over General, we have over 200 men on the sick list. No medicine to treat them. We must get medicine somehow. I'm also starving. I've written a letter to Congress. I've begged for shoes and blankets and money for the soldiers' pay. I myself want no salary for the service of my country, but they have sent nothing. But don't they care? Don't worry, lad. Tell the men I'll stay with them until I can lead them on to victory. Yes, sir. Come on, guys. Let's have some sleep now. Dear Martha, I sit here worrying about my brave young Americans, hungry, sick, and cold. I'm comforted by thoughts of you and the children safe in Mount Vernon, and my mind wanders back to my own peaceful childhood in Virginia. I remember one day many years ago when... Oh, good morning, George. How'd you like to help feed and groom the horses with me this morning?
Oh, yes, Dad. I'd love to. But, Dad, do you think I could ride the gray horse today?
No, son, you'll have to wait until you're a little bit older.
But I'm not afraid, Dad. Oh, Augustine, we have such a brave child. I know he's going to be a great leader someday.
Oh, come now, Mary. All mothers say that about their children. Come, George, we have work to do.
Okay, Dad. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Washington. Oh, what a lovely cherry tree.
Thank you.
Is George around?
Yes, he's in the stables with his father.
Can we play with him?
Sure, I'll call him. George, oh George, your friends have come to play with you.
Oh, hi, George.
Augustine, let's go inside and let the children play.
I'll be right back, George, to finish your chores. Have a nice time and stay out of mischief.
Okay, Dad.
Bye.
Let's play hide and go seek. Okay.
You're it.
Ready or not, here I come.
Oh.
George, you better put the act on or you can get in big trouble.
Yeah.
I want to show you how strong I am.
But not with the ass.
Well, you better not tell who did it, or else.
No, stop! No! Stop, wait a Don't worry, dear. We'll get to the bottom of this. Children, come out here. Which one of you did this terrible deed? This was my wife's favorite cherry tree. Confess now, I'll make sure that you're severely punished.
I'm sorry, Mother. It was I, Father. I cannot tell a lie. I alone chopped down the cherry tree, and I alone should be punished.
Do not punish him, dear. It took great courage for him to be so honest. I told you he was special. He is going to grow up to be a great leader someday. Mark my words.
Well, maybe you're right this time.
George Washington did grow up to be a very special person. He did indeed lead the way to independence from the British rule. In 1789, he was again called upon to serve his country by the people who loved him, this time to become the first president of America, father of our country. George Washington, first in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen.
Very nice. We're a nice tree. This is the 5th and 6th grade class from PS 84 right here in Manhattan. You folks were terrific. And I want to thank Selma Benjamin, who was her idea for the play. Thank you, Selma. And also Sid Morrison, the principal of PS 84. Our salute to George Washington's birthday, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, folks. We have to pause. We'll be right back with cartoonist Simon Bond.
Hello, I'm Larry Preston, Undersecretary of Education. I'm sure by now you've all heard about the President's change of public elementary and high school schedules. If not, let me refresh your memory. On February 1st, 1982, everywhere in the United States, the American school day will begin at 12 noon. That's right, school now begins 4 hours later. Now that your children do not have to get up as early, it is the hope of the President and all of us here at the Department of Education that your youngsters take advantage of this new schedule to broaden their interests, grow as citizens, and spend a lot more time watching late-night television. Thank you.